You might be uniquely positioned to answer this question because you were in the trial and might have asked this question yourself. But what exactly, and maybe we can start with the mRNA vaccines, and then I don't know if you have a separate answer for J&J, but what exactly is in these vaccines? What are they made of? And specifically, is there anything in them that is toxic?
Okay, great question. So as was explained, I volunteered for the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine trial. The Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine are very similar. They are mRNA, messenger RNA vaccines. So what's in messenger RNA vaccines? The messenger RNA. And messenger RNA is just a string of amino acids. It's like a protein, right? And so encasing that messenger RNA, because it would not be stable otherwise, and you want it to be stable so it can enter the cell and then do what it's been designed to do. There is a fat-soluble lipid that surrounds it, right? So there are fats in the one polyethylene glycol in particular. That fat-soluble lipid surrounds the messenger RNA to give it integrity. In addition to that, there are salts and there are sugars. Those things are to also give it integrity and to make it more hospitable in the cell environment so that the vaccine can do what it's been designed to do. There is nothing toxic in the vaccine. The specific ingredients of the vaccine, I just generalized them. The specific salts, the specific sugars, and that polyethylene glycol plus the messenger RNA, which is, as people have described, a Snapchat message. It's a genetic recipe. It's a genetic blueprint. The messenger RNA gets injected into your cell, right? And if this full circle is the cell, the nucleus sits in one part of the cell, and the rest of that substance is called the cytoplasm. When the messenger RNA enters the cell, it never interacts with the nucleus where your DNA is, okay? It stays in the cytoplasm, the sticky part. In there, that messenger RNA produces proteins. And it produces a protein that is very similar to the spike protein in coronavirus. Producing those proteins causes the body to mount an immune response. The body gets rid of the messenger RNA, the body gets rid of the proteins, and all that you have left are those antibodies and those memory cells and those T cells that have been activated so that if your body gets exposed to the real thing, you are protected. The vaccine does not contain any live virus. The vaccine doesn't contain a weakened virus. The vaccine contains a recipe. That's it, a genetic recipe to create a protein. The J&J vaccine is a little bit different. It's a viral vector vaccine, meaning it uses another virus. That virus is attenuated. It can't replicate. It can't infect you, but it becomes a carrier, a vessel, a vector, right? And it has DNA instructions. That DNA instructions goes into the cell, goes to the nucleus, right? And the body then says, convert that DNA into messenger RNA, which goes back into the cytoplasm and makes proteins. So it has the same end product of the mRNA. And again, there is nothing in the J&J vaccine other than the DNA strands that have the code to say, create a particular mRNA and things to make it more stable. So that is the adenovirus that's been altered so it can't infect you.
That's really helpful. I'm a former science teacher, so really appreciated the diagram of the cell that you were describing. Is it accurate to say then that like what is left after you get the vaccine is still your natural antibody response in a really similar way?
It's your immune system that has just been revved up, okay? So I see a question, is the vaccine genetic altering? It doesn't alter your genes because it doesn't go where your genes are contained. Right? Especially the mRNA does not impact, never interacts with your DNA. The Johnson & Johnson that is a DNA strand just gets converted in the nucleus so that it can be made into a messenger RNA. There is nothing that changes in your genome. It just tells, hey, your body is built to make antibodies. Your body is built to make memory B cells. Your body is built to make T cells against particular pathogens. And so that's what this vaccine is teaching your body to do. And then the messenger RNA gets degraded, broken down, and kicked out. And those proteins get degraded, broken down, and kicked out. This is how all vaccines work.